Hello everybody and welcome back to the FallenRedZeo. I'm back with more Power Rangers Lightning Collection, this time showing off Wave 8, where in this wave we have the Zeo Green Ranger, Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, Dino Thunder Blue Ranger, and SPD Pink Ranger. So we have another wave here where we're continuing to fill out some of our teams, and of course we do have the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, which we have had before, so it's just a remake, but this one comes with a different weapon, so that's the only thing really different about that one. So if we leave that one out, we are getting new figures at least for our Zeo, Dino Thunder, and SPD. So I think this is an awesome looking wave. What we needed was a Yellow Ranger thrown in here and we'd have pretty much a full team of colors, but I think they all look awesome and I'm excited to check them out. So let me go ahead and get these open and we'll check them out together. So we're starting off with the Zeo Green Ranger, and this looks awesome. Of course I love Zeo, so this is really awesome to get another Zeo figure for our team, and we've got the Green Ranger this time and I think it looks awesome. So in your standard Zeo outfit with the all green spandex, we have the gold and white details. So we have gold up around its neck there on like the color piece, gold belt, and gold at the top of the gloves and boots, and then white boots and gloves with that white color around there as well. And then of course the rest is all green, and then we have the rectangle design on the helmet there since he did get the rectangle Zeo crystal. So we have the rectangle helmet design there. Of course he'd be number 4, so as a 4 angle design, and I just think it looks awesome. No real major paint issues or anything going on with this figure. I think it all looks pretty good. And for his moves though, his head can twist all the way around there and it can look down and look up, so pretty decent movements in the head. And then we go to the shoulders where they come up to 90 degrees there and have the butterfly joint as well, so we move back and forth there. And of course it can rotate all the way around. We've got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint that can bend up that far, and then the wrist that can twist all the way around. And then for flexing it's kind of difficult because if you can see the wrist is like really close there, but if you do kind of force it like down or something, you can kind of get it to rock back and forth there a little bit, so you have to kind of force it, but you just get a little bit of movement back and forth there. We then go to the ab crunch, has the upper ab crunch there, so crunch back and forth, so pretty decent movements back and forth, and that's where it can twist all the way around, so we can get a twist side to side. And then we have the lower crunch right behind the belt there, so you can get it to pop forward and pop back, so you get those little pop sounds in there, so you can get it really far forward or far back like that. Hips come up 90 out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around. Got the double knee joint there that can bend up that far in the back. A shin twist right at the top of the boot there, and then the foot can flex back and forth and can twist side to side. So the normal Lightning Collection movements as usual, and then we get a bunch of accessories with it. So first off, we've got the unmasked head. So there we've got the unmasked head of Adam Park, played by Johnny Young Bosch, and I think it looks pretty good. It's not exact as usual, but I think the face looks really good. I can definitely identify that that is him, and it has pretty much the same features, just a little bit shiny to it. But then he has his hair where he's got the weird 90s style haircut there right before he started to let it grow more. I think it looks a little bit funny, but he did have weird hair back in that time, so it kind of fits perfectly for that. So I think they did a good job with the face. We also come with some additional hands, so we have 2 like grip hands there, so we get 2 just normal fist hands. And then he comes with the Zeo laser pistol, which we've had before, so it's just their little gun that looks like a squirt gun to me as always. Has of course the Zeo logos there right on the side of it, and just their normal standard gun that they each come with, which of course you can put into the holster. It goes right in there on his right side. But then we also get the Hasbro effect for it, so just this little yellowish green lightning effect. It'd be awesome if it was just green since it'd fit more for him, but you can just stick it on the end there, so it's like he's actually shooting something out of the gun, and I think that looks pretty cool. But for now we'll just stick the gun in the holster. He also comes with the extended out version of the Power Pod sword, so just the standard sword for the Zeo. Of course has the Zeo logo right there on the hilt and the little wings out to the side and the blue handle, and as you can see it is extended up there, so we could put it in his hands, but I don't really want to, so we'll just stick it down in the holster there on his left side. And it is the extended out version, so it's going to extend down his leg, but it'll be fine there. It's still out of the way and fits perfect. And finally we get his specialty weapons of the power axes, so we get these giant green block like power axes. Look pretty awesome. I think they're big and like clunky and look like they wouldn't do much damage, but they still look awesome. So have the Zeo logo in gold there at the top, and then of course their logo, so he's the rectangle, so has the little rectangle or square logo there. So we have the 2 power axes we'll go and stick into his hand. So there we got the Zeo Green Ranger all decked out, and he looks pretty awesome, and I think this is a really great looking figure. Of course has all the standard movements of Lightning Collection, and this one doesn't have any paint issues that I can see, so it's overall just a great figure, and of course awesome to add another figure into the Zeo collection. And next we've got the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, which as I mentioned we have had before when we got him in the 2-pack, and of course I forgot to grab my old one to be able to compare him, but I'm pretty sure it'll look exactly the same. So he's got the all red spandex, white upper top here, so it's always like they have an extra little shirt on here where I call the Charlie Brown squiggles right across their chest, white gloves and white boots with the black squiggles on them. The V belt buckle there right on the belt with the holster hanging off. And then of course we have the helmet with the lion shape built into it. So we have the two eyes of the lion and then what's supposed to be like the lion mane. So that looks pretty awesome. And then just like the lion's mouth. And its movements will be the same. So we got the head that can twist all the way around. We can look down and look up. So pretty decent movements. Shoulders come up 90, can rotate all the way around. And we've got the butterfly joint. We've got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends up that far. Wrist twist around and flex back and forth. So this one's got more movement. We have the upright crunch there, can crunch forward and back and twist all the way around. And then we have the lower crunch right in there. So crunch forward. This one's real stiff, so you can get forward there and back there. So really good range. And the hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends up that far in the back. Shin twist right at the top of the boot, and the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. And for his accessories, we've got his unmasked head there of Leo Corbett, played by Danny Salvin, and I think it looks pretty good. It probably looks better than the original, but like I said, I forgot to grab it. And his hair seems darker than the older one. I felt his hair looked more brown, and I felt in the show in general his hair was more brown, where this time they almost made it black, so it's really dark color, but I think the face looks pretty decent. So once again, I think they did improve on the face there. He comes with some extra hands, so he has two grip hands, so we get an open flat hand and an additional grip hand, but this time it has the up and down movement compared to the side that are already on there. For weapons, we get the Quasar Saber in the retracted mode, so we got his saber there, and of course has the Lion Galactabeast logo right there. So go ahead and put this in the holster, and unfortunately, I saw in like advertisements for this figure, they have labeled that it comes with the Magnetalon, which is his version of the Trans Dagger, and I was excited for that since with the last one we didn't get the Trans Dagger, so I thought, oh, we were going to get it this time, but it didn't, and I assume they just labeled that for the Quasar Saber instead of the Trans Dagger, so that's unfortunate. But the one new thing that comes with this figure is that we get the Quasar launcher, so the big giant rocket launcher here, of course with the red details since it is the Red Ranger, so that's what makes a difference. But we have just the giant launcher here that is double-ended, so it looks like you could use either end, but with this one we do have an opening on the one end, which we do get the Hasbro effect for, that we can go and just stick right in there. So there we have a giant rocket launcher with like a rocket shooting out of it, so we can try and get this into his hands. I assume that's why we come with the extra hands for, was for holding this thing, but let's see if I can figure it out. There, I got the Quasar launcher in his hands, and it actually isn't too bad, and you can get it set up like this where it looks like he's actually kind of shooting the rocket off, and I think that looks awesome. So that's definitely a great inclusion into this figure, just to make a difference, so you're not just offering the exact same thing we've gotten before. So I think that looks pretty awesome there with the Quasar launcher, and that is awesome for the Red Ranger. In our next figure is of the Dino Thunder Blue Ranger, and this looks awesome as well to go along with our other Dino Thunder Rangers. So we have the Blue Ranger in the blue spandex with the white diamonds down his arms and down his legs. The Dino Thunder logo right there on his chest that looks like the foot of a dinosaur there in the gold. Gold belt with silver buckle and holster. Gold bands around the wrist with the morpher there on his left wrist that looks like a Triceratops head. And then blue boots with the gold bands at the top of them. And then of course we have the helmet there based off the Triceratops. So we have the three horns there in silver. So one in the center and two on the side, the eyes, and then the mouth of the Triceratops. Of course, looks like he may have some like teeth or spikes or something on the side. Of course, the point there right in the front that they usually have, but looks pretty good overall there in the blue, and I like how it does have the sort of like fin design that like Triceratops is having and everything, so that is pretty awesome as well. So for his movements, his head can twist all the way around there. He can look down and look up, so you have pretty standard. Shoulders come up 90 degrees with the butterfly joint, and of course rotate around. We got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends that far, and then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. Then we have the upright crunch. You can crunch forward and back. He's pretty loose up top there, but he twists all the way around. And then we got the lower crunch forward and back. Hips come up 90 out to the side that far. You can almost pretty much do splits. He's got thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that bends up that far. Shin twist right at the top of the boot, and then the foot can flex back and forth and can twist side to side. And for accessories, we get the unmasked head of Ethan James here, played by Kevin Duhaney. And I don't think this looks very good. I don't think it's horrible. Like, I do see some of the features of the actor in this, but I don't think it's as spot on as the last two have been. So I don't think this one is as good, but like I said, it's not too far off. I do see some of the features of the actor. We get some additional hands, so we have like an open hand and then another grip hand. Since he has two grip hands already, this one's just open more. And then we get their first weapon of the Thunder Max Blaster, so just their standard blaster they come with. So we'll go and take this and put it into the holster. And we get its alternative version of the Thunder Max Saber, so where the gun just kind of folds out into a saber. So we get the kind of sword there, so we can go and just take and put this into his hand. hand. And then we also get his individualized weapon of the Tricera shield. So the giant Triceratops head in a shield form here that looks pretty awesome. So it does have the 2 horns there on the front, the giant shield head, and then underneath we do have another horn that we can pop out, so it becomes like a little additional spike piece. And then you can see this is how it attaches onto the arm. I assume the hand goes down through there, at least grabs onto this part, and then it just attaches onto the arm, so we can just kind of slide his hand down in here. I think I tried it before and I couldn't really get it on, but if we snap that onto the arm, it'll hold it on there like that. So he's got this giant shield, which I think is too big, so it's kind of just big and bulky and in the way there, but he does have the giant shield now to protect him. And then the last thing he comes with is the Hasbro effect that goes onto his sword. So just this weird blue effect that has a hole into it, so I have to take and stick it up onto the sword, which I know you can't really see too well, but we get the Hasbro effect on the sword there. So those are the kind of effects I don't like, the ones that go on the end of the sword, but still very awesome looking for the Dino Thunder Blue Ranger. And our final figure from this wave is the SPD Pink Ranger, and she looks pretty awesome here. Of course, in your standard SPD B team outfit of all pink spandex, and she's number 5 in the team. So she has the 5 on the left side of her body, SPD logo on her chest, SPD badge up on her right arm, up on her helmet she has the SPD badge right up on top there, and since she is number 5, she does have the 5 black logos across there, so if you count those, there's 5. Of course, her big visor, and then like the light looking designs and stuff there on the side of their face that are usual for SPD. We have their belt with the SPD logo buckle right there in the center, and the 2 holsters on the side, and the Delta Morpher attached there on the back. And then of course the pink continues down to the boots, and then right at the top of the boots we have the black and gold rings along there on the hands as well. And for moments her head can twist all the way around. She can look down and look up, shoulders come up 90 degrees and have the butterfly joint, and they can rotate around. We get the single elbow joint there that can bend up to 90 degrees and has the rotation, and then we get the wrist that twists around and flex back and forth. She has the upright crunch there, crunch forward and back a little bit there, which can twist all the way around. And then she has the lower crunch, even further forward and further back. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far. She can be close to doing the splits as well. Thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends up that far in the back. Shin twist right at the top of the boot, and the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. And for accessories, we get the unmasked head of Sydney Drew, played by Alicia Pura, and I think it looks pretty decent. Not too bad for a female face. I don't really think it looks like the actress though, but overall the face I don't think is too bad at all, but it has nice, she has like a little smirk there on the face with the lipstick, and her long blonde hair that's all like kind of curly and has the curls going through it. I think they did a good job designing the hair though, so that looks pretty decent. We get some additional hands, so she has 2 just normal grip hands. We get a fist hand and an open grasping hand to be able to hold the Delta Morpher. And speaking of, we get the Delta Morpher. It's like even this hand's probably too small, but it won't hold that. But there we've got the Delta Morpher, of course, with the big SPD on it, all silver with the red details on the bottom of it. And then we got the weapons of the Delta Max Striker. So first off, we have the Delta Max Knuckle, which is like the main part of the weapon, the actual handle part and everything. And with this, you can attach it onto her belt. So slide the trigger piece in there, and then just slide the bottom into the bottom of the holster there, and it kind of holds it on. And then we get the other piece of the blade part. So she's pink, so she's got a pink blade there, and nice little handle design. So they can use this as a little like stick baton to be able to, fight people with, or you can take and stick this in the holster, which I don't know how it goes, because with the holster, it's real thin up top and thicker at the bottom. So it's almost designed like you stick it in through the bottom, which it does stick there and everything, but it just seems really weird. And with the past Ranger, we've had to stick it in through that. So I don't know exactly how you're supposed to stick it in exactly. I'll just kind of do it like that. But you can also take both of them and combine it together. So we have the knuckle and then the blade, and you can just pop it right on. I don't know if it goes any certain way, if it's like that with the little hook piece there up at the top, but it turns it into a gun. So there's the Delta Max Striker, but the blade can also extend out, so it can make it even longer, or it can become like a baton, like I said, to be able to fight off people. So it comes with this additional piece, which is that all like stretched out. So with this, you can go ahead and attach this on there as well, so it makes like a long range gun, or it can become like an actual like stick for her to like fight around with. And with that, we also get the Hasbro effect of this pink blast thing, and it has the hole in it there, so you can take and just slide it right onto the end of the stick there. And so then like she's also got some sort of thing, or if you had it in the gun form, it could be like a blast coming out of the end of it. But we got that there, but of course it's super heavy on this thin piece, so it kind of weighs it down. So again, I don't like those too much, but I still think overall she looks pretty great. Another great addition to our SPD team to fill out more of that, and I just think she looks pretty great. So that's going to be it for our Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 8 set. I thought these were all great looking figures. The only thing I'm disappointed with in this wave is that we got the remake of the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, since we've already had it before, so it'd be awesome to get just like a new figure altogether. But I still think all these figures are awesome, and it would have been great if we got a Yellow Ranger just to put him on this wave, because like I said, then we'd have pretty much like a whole team of colors here, and that would have been awesome. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed my review, please leave a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there. Hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you in our next review.